For years, we've been told the same thing over and over. Food is just fuel. It's all about calories in, calories out. Simple, right? But what if that's not just wrong? What if it's a dangerously incomplete story? Today, we're going to dive into a radical new way of thinking about health, where every single bite you take isn't just energy, it's a set of instructions, a message sent directly to your cells. Just let that sink in for a second. Every meal is a choice between entropy and renewal. This really gets to the core of everything we're talking about. It means every meal is a choice. Are you building order and strength in your body, or are you accidentally contributing to chaos and breakdown? All of a sudden, that lunch you're about to have looks a whole lot more important, doesn't it? So, here's our plan. We'll kick things off with this new science. Then we'll meet the trillions of tiny helpers living inside you. After that, we're going to decode the language of food, understand the daily battle against biological disorder, and finally, figure out how you can find your own personal path to harmony. Okay, let's jump right into our first section. We're talking about a new science of health that completely flips our relationship with food on its head. It's all about challenging that old, kind of simplistic way of thinking. I really want you to think about this. Have you always just seen food as energy? Something to fill up the tank so you can get through the day? Well, what if it's way, way more sophisticated than that? What if your food is literally an instruction manual for your own biology? So, this new science has a name: Lifestylopathy. It's a framework developed by its founder, Dr. Jawad Alzeer. And look, this is not another fad diet, not at all. It's a whole new lens for looking at your health, seeing it as this constant, dynamic conversation between your choices and your body. It's an ongoing dialogue, not some finish line you cross. So how in the world does food send these messages? Well, to get that, we have to meet the translators, the trillions of them that are living inside you right now. Let's talk about your inner ecosystem. It's kind of mind-blowing, but you have more microbial cells in your body than human cells. And no, these aren't just germs or invaders. They are essential partners in your health. Think of them like a massive living translation service. They take the raw data from, say, an apple, and they convert it into chemical signals your body can actually understand and use. And this ecosystem is busy. It's an active chemical factory. It breaks down stuff like fiber that our own digestive system can't handle. And when it does that, it creates these incredibly powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. These things are amazing. They help cool down inflammation. Your microbiome also unlocks nutrients and sends signals all over your body. It's basically the master interpreter for every meal you eat. Okay, so if your microbiome is the translator, what's the language it's translating? This brings us to our third section, the language of food. We're going to look at how your meals send super specific instructions directly to your cells. You can see the huge shift in thinking right here. The old model was completely obsessed with calories as just units of energy. The new model asks a totally different question. What is the quality of the information those calories are carrying? It's not just about the energy. It's about the molecular structure that delivers it. That's the game changer. This idea of message quality can be broken down into what are called the 3 C's. Think about a key fitting into a lock. First, you've got constitution. That's like the quality of the metal the key is made from. Is it rich in nutrients? Second is configuration. That's the actual shape of the key's teeth. Does its 3D structure fit your body's cellular locks? And finally, you've got conformation. That's the key's ability to turn smoothly in the lock, its molecular flexibility. You need all 3 for that message to get through loud and clear. Let's make this super practical. A piece of fresh broccoli, for example, delivers energy, sure, but its molecules are also perfectly formed to fit our cellular receptors. That's a clear, coherent message. Now, an ultra-processed snack, it also delivers energy, but its molecular structures are often damaged or just weird. That creates what we call metabolic noise, confusing, garbled signals that can trigger inflammation. The energy is there, but the instructions are a total mess. And this whole idea of metabolic noise leads us straight into our next section, the constant battle that's happening inside you between order and disorder. This is where we need to talk about something called entropy. Now, don't let the word entropy scare you. In physics, it just means a measure of randomness or disorder. And in lifestylopathy, it's the exact same idea, but applied to your health. It's that gradual slide into biological chaos. Cells that don't work right, low-grade inflammation that never goes away, and losing your resilience. And it's all driven by the choices we make every day. This brings us to a really personal question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. When you look at your daily habits, your food, your stress levels, your sleep, are they building order and potential, or are they quietly tilting you more toward this biological entropy? It's a huge question we all need to ask. And let's be real, modern life practically pushes us towards disorder. Ultra-processed foods create that metabolic noise we talked about. Chronic stress floods our systems with hormonal noise. Eating late at night completely confuses our internal clocks. All these things pile on and increase our entropic load. And the stakes here are really high. You've got two paths. One path, rising entropy, leads toward dysfunction, disease, and just feeling blah. The other path, building potential, leads to balance, vitality, and true, lasting health. Every choice we make, every single day, nudges us a little further down one of these two roads. Okay, so how do we fight back? How do we consciously choose the path of potential? Well, that brings us to our final section, finding your personal path to harmony and learning how to turn every meal into a genuinely therapeutic act. Now, this might be the most important takeaway of all. This framework rejects rigid, one-size-fits-all diets. Forget about that. The goal isn't to perfectly follow some external rulebook. The goal is to find what is uniquely compatible with you, your biology, your microbiome, even your personal values. True health is deeply, deeply personal. And when you start to find that harmony, the results are incredible and they ripple out through your entire system. This isn't just about a number on the scale. We're talking about a more balanced immune system, better mental clarity, thanks to that powerful gut-brain connection, and clean, sustained energy that doesn't come from a caffeine jolt. So, what can you do like today? Here's a super simple plan. First, choose diversity. Try to get 4 or more colors on your plate. Second, feed your microbiome on purpose. Add some fiber or fermented food. Third, try to eat in tune with your body's natural rhythm. That means slowly and ideally when the sun's out. And fourth, and this one's huge, reflect. Just notice how you feel after you eat. Are you energized or are you foggy? That's how the dialogue begins. So we'll leave you with this thought. What if we moved beyond just counting calories and following strict rules? What if instead we focused on creating a compatible, harmonious relationship with our food and our inner ecosystem? Is it possible that this deep sense of alignment, could that be the real key to a lifetime of vitality?